Howdy, howdy, all you beer lovers, and welcome to this edition of McCall's Flask. I made my way over to Terra Firma, which is a little south of Traverse City, Michigan, and they've got a great celebration going on, and we need to give you a little history lesson today. Alrighty, we want to talk about one of the oldest northern Michigan beers around, and it's weird to say 30 years ago there was a microbrewery called Traverse Brewing Company, and it was up in Elk Rapids, Michigan, and John Niedermeyer, who's the current brewer and owner here at Terra Firma, was one of the assistant brewers. He was an assistant brewer at the same time when I was an assistant brewer at Northpeak Brewing Company. And unfortunately, Traverse Brewing Company, just financially needed to close down, and that's just part of life. But John had an opportunity to keep a beer alive when he left Traverse Brewing Company, and that's where we're at today. What we've got, if you've not had this beer, this is the Mantou Amber Ale, and it's brewed here at Terra Firma, and it's available in the can, and so you can get it at pretty much every store. If you've not had this is the oldest beer made in northern Michigan. It's been 30 years, and it's celebrating it on the 17th. Is the anniversary of that, and Terra Firma is having a great time with it. They've got glassware, so if we can see the 30-year anniversary glassware, and then also they're doing a 30th anniversary growler. So if you come in and tomorrow, or I should say through the 17th, they've got it on tap. They got it on tap right now. And you can get the Amber Ale, or you can get it by the can when you go to the let's say, Bevco or Tilly's or Westside Beverage. Probably can find it at Myers, Olson's. It's widely distributed throughout northern Michigan. And it's great that even though the original place that it was brewed is not there, John has made sure that it's the same recipe, made with the same love, because he brewed it back then and he's brewing it now. And for us in the northern Michigan, this is before Shorts. His Shorts has just celebrated 20 years. Before Northpeak, they're at 26 years. Before those places, the breweries up here in northern Michigan, this is the brand, this is the beer that we had the opportunity to go, oh my goodness, I don't have to drink that stuff from the big boys anymore. Here's a local northern Michigan brew. And come to think of it, Joe Short was also an assistant brewer with John, and it gave him the enthusiasm to eventually do Short's Brewing Company, which celebrated their 20th anniversary this year. So people are still involved in the brewing process from Traverse Brewing Company, and what we learned made a difference for all of us. So here's what it looks like in the glass. Nice reddish. I can't really see through this. I've been talking too much, so there is no head on it, but the head was nice and creamy on top. And so when we taste this, I know I'm going to get some malts. I'm going to get the caramelization. Maybe even a little bit of a roast to it, but it's going to be nice and sweet. It's not about hops. It's about something that's very drinkable. So let's take it to our nose. Let's see what kind of smells we get. I'm only getting a little sweetness. All right. Hope you've been to your beer fridge. I don't like drinking alone, so cheers. All right, let's take it to our lips and see what we get. beautiful. Love the sweetness to it, but then the caramel malt is giving that little bit of a nice little caramelization. Baby slight roastness to it. It is not hoppy. It's got some bodiness to it. Fills my mouth right out. Yeah, my mouth is not dry. It's enjoying the sweetness to it. And it's got flavor. And that's what, when this came available, when this came out, it was the flavor that we got. Because unfortunately back then, you know, the big boys, so the Bud Lights, the Miller Lights, the Labatts, just are lacking in the amount of flavor that they have, and this showed us that that you can do something a little different, that you could actually taste a wonderful flavorness of the beer. And if you haven't had Mantou Amber Ale, you better go out, stop watching this video right now, go to the store, come over here to Terra Firma, and get this on draft. Just a beautiful beer. I'm glad I'm out here in their beer garden, and it's nice and pleasant. They've got a nice little area you can see behind me. It's covered if the weather changes. They got cornhole over there. It is dog friendly. They don't really have food. They have a few snacks. Great trivia night. They play euchre on Sundays. Excuse me for that. Beer burp. But it is a phenomenal. A little bit south of Traverse City, no big deal. And it's when they use honey in any of their beers, it's honey from the bees that are actually on location over here. So local honey, and they're always doing something different. There's a bunch of different cans of Terra Firma's beers that are available, so definitely grab that. So I'm glad I've got this. The can is pretty simple, no big deal. There's what the back looks like, but you want to get Terra Firma's Mantou Ale, and we're paying homage to the fantastic 30 years of a beer in northern Michigan, and it tastes just good as it did back then today. John, thank you very much. Appreciate your time and effort. To the staff here at Terra Firma, I say cheers to you. Gonna take one more sip. Hey everyone, if you haven't subscribed by now, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And you know, if you're gonna have a beer, please make sure you have a good one.